Hi everybody, it's Paula. Love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. I want okay. We have to talk about Stranger Things here. The first episodes just came out with season 5 tonight. For a minute, Netflix crashed. For 3 minutes later, it came back. Thank you, Netflix, for coming back. Because the first three episodes are fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. We start off with the first 5 minutes that was previewed during the red carpet event for the premiere. That's like I said. It starts with Will singing seriously, humming or singing seriously go, and you see him going into well, seriously go into and like I said, starts off with the first 5 minutes that they showed in the preview that they did on the topic event. So it starts fair and it extends to new scenes and added some new characters. That's how we first start off with that scene, and then it goes into the fire's house and goes into the fire's house and you see Joyce, Will, and Jonathan all living with the Wheeler's house. So it's the Wheeler's house. Sorry about that. One more time. Okay. We start off with the first 5 minutes and we go into how we waking everybody up, telling breakfast time, and we see that Joyce, Will, and Jonathan have moved in with the Wheeler family. Mike, Nancy, Holly, and their parents, Ted and Holly Wheeler. Great breakfast scene together, and Holly plays a bigger role this season, so really bigger because he does go missing. Hopefully that's not a big spoiler. Hang on a minute, I'm gonna hide. Okay. Now in the first episode we get introduced to some new characters. Okay. The first three episodes are fucking amazing of Stranger Things. We get introduced to Derek Turnbow in the first episode. He of course is a bully. Him and Holly are gonna be him and Holly are gonna be interesting to watch because Holly really plays a big role in this coming season. In this season, I mean. Sorry about that. So we get introduced to Derek Turnbow. We get introduced, well, it starts with the first 5 minutes and it goes in, the first 5 minutes that is only a preview. And then we go into how they really waking everybody up. And we see that Joyce, Jonathan, and Willa moved in with the Wheeler family. Mike, Nancy, Ted, and Karen Wheeler. And as we know, Jonathan is dating Nancy Wheeler. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to watch. It's them actually living together. And we see Mike, Holly, and Nancy, or Mike, Holly, and I think Nancy. Mike and Holly riding off with Lucas to go to school. Key thing to note is that Dustin does not sorry about that. Anyway, thank you, Everyday Art. Anyway, okay. What's 5 minutes is Baby doesn't so. Then we go into Holly really looking everybody up. Joyce, Jonathan, and Nancy had moved in. Joyce, Jonathan, and Willa moved in with the Byers family after they called it an earthquake. Yeah, we saw it happening at the end of season 4. So and then we could see Mike and Holly riding off with Lucas and Holly riding off to school. You need to notice that Mike and Lucas are together. Mike, Lucas, and Will are together going to school. Well, it was Mike, Will, and Holly. And you do see Lucas, Mike, Will, and Lucas go to school together. The key thing to note in this scene is that Justin is not a part of that group. Justin rides his bike alone to school in his Hellfire Club. And of course, we see him get bullied by Andy, the little punk himself. Yeah, we know what happens. We know what happened to Jason last season. So chances are, sorry, Andy, you're dead, man. And we have the new scenes of Val. She's training. She was like wanting to call. She's training and in this first episode it's called The Crawl. What The Crawl is that they take turns patrolling the upside down and patrolling upside down in various stages. It goes wrong when Dustin visits Eddie's grave and Eddie and his punk friends beat the crap out of him. Sorry, I hate bullies, so don't think so, Andy. And that was episode 1. We get introduced to 2, and we find out that Robin has a great radio voice. Robin and Steve are working at the station, at the radio station. Nancy's dating Ricky. In episode, after he gets beat up, actually, we don't see Jackson for the rest of the episode until episode 2. And that's when he comes in, joins Steve and Jonathan. Well, we Constance missing. That's in episode 2. Also to note that in episode 1 and 2, we don't see Erica Sinclair until episode 3, where she gets introduced in to episode 3, when she goes in her science class, guess who the teacher is? Mr. Clark. I'm sorry for all the spoilers here, so I'm not going to leave it here. I'm not going to say this out to anybody. So please don't post this on Instagram or Facebook because nobody can know what's going on here, okay? We see on Joe Tambo. I'm not going to say who goes missing. So, the first 3 episodes must watch. Sorry for the spoilers. I just had to get this out right now because we'll be watching episode 4 either tomorrow or Friday. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love you. And by the way, the season is epic. Another key thing to note is nobody dies in episode 1 or 2 except nobody dies in episode 1 or 2 except for one military person. And not by a Demogorgon or by Vecna, okay? That's a key thing to note. And you do see Vecna in his human form as Henry. So, no spoilers. Please do not say this out to anybody. Love the first 3 episodes. Now we're ready to watch episode 4. And thank you and good night.